This is episode number 301 of the Homeowner Show. Whether you're DIY or looking to hire, we're here to help you find the best information and options for you and your home. My name is Kevin Hackett, and here with me is Craig Williams.
Hello, and welcome to the Homeowner Show. We're so glad that you could join us for another live episode here in the studio. How you doing, Craig? I mean, Kevin. Your name's Kevin. My name's Craig.
What is happening?
Holy crap.
We've got all kinds of things happening.
We finally got everything working, and I blow it.
That was one of my favorite intros of all time. We hit 300 and it all goes to pot.
Well, let me tell you, self, I'm doing pretty good.
I think I needed a laugh like that.
You needed it. That's, yeah.
Well, look, y'all, first of all, thank you guys for listening to the show because we got new equipment and we've needed some new equipment just because, things get better and more awesome over time. And we got a new soundboard.
My intros don't.
Well, we got a new soundboard, and we took us a while to kind of get it updated and set up, all that kind of fun stuff, and so here we are.
Yep.
So, how you doing, Kevin? I mean, Craig.
Listen, I'm doing better than Tim Pool. Did you hear about that?
No.
Dude, he had a hissy fit online the other day.
Really?
Yes.
What did he do?
He went. I mean, like he fired a bunch of people.
Okay.
And then he told everybody, I think I might cancel the show.
What?
Yeah, and it was he's having growing pains, man. Like,
sure.
There's lots of stuff going on with him. For those, I mean, Tim Pool does like a pretty good nightly news show pretty much every night. But he was saying he's going to throw in the towel because it's become too much, because he's having to carry too much of it on his own. He'd had some technical difficulties in a new studio that he built, and it crashed for like the 5th time in the day. He had to go back to the old studio, and he was just mad. And he's like, I don't know if I'm going to do this anymore. I was like, oh, poor baby.
Aww.
And I loved him. I mean, but like,
Yeah.
come on, dude. Figure it out.
Well, and is that really going to be the thing?
Right.
That's going to be the thing that takes you over the edge of all things tech.
Yeah.
Like, let someone else figure that out for you.
He'd had some other stuff not go so well. He'd been trying to open coffee shops. That hadn't happened. I mean, he's been having complications in business. And part of the issue is like he's a good content producer, but he's not necessarily a businessman.
Sure.
And now he's having to be a businessman, and that can be frustrating.
Yeah, I just feel like
as a creative, you don't want to be that guy.
Well, that's the thing is, like, as a creative, you shouldn't have to be the businessman. You should hire things out a little bit better than that.
You should, but I hope he keeps doing it. He does a good show.
Sure.
But dude, we were putting out clips this week, and some of the clips were us. I think it was last week. I mean, it may have been 2 weeks before. I don't remember, but we had been talking about how Trump was gonna talking about going on Rogan, and it hadn't been announced. And then, like, I think it was right after we did the last show.
Yeah.
Like, they announced it.
Yeah.
And then he did it on Friday.
Oh,
this
okay.
last Friday. Did you see it?
No.
Dude.
How long was it?
3 hours.
Yeah, they're all 3 hours.
No, they're not. Most of his go about 2
Okay.
these days. I mean, he's had them go like
Sure.
6 hours.
Oh, my goodness.
But like this one went 3.
Okay.
And
Did you watch the whole thing?
I have not watched the whole thing.
Okay.
I've watched half of it, and then I've watched little snippets of it throughout the show. Dude, and I'll say this: it wasn't like he wasn't so spectacular that but it was the spectacle of the thing. Like,
In what way?
that it was Trump on Rogan. The thing, also because like Rogan had said back in 2020 that he was never going to have him on,
Right.
Because he didn't want to help him,
Right.
and that was like his word. And I think he was like on the Lex Friedman podcast when he said that. And he talked about it again but I guess he just changed his mind. And he also in the next day he did another podcast, and he let everybody know that like he invited Kamala.
But of course, if she's not going to go to the event, she's definitely not coming on Rogan.
No, what he said, and he said their people had just not gotten back to him.
Oh, so they just completely ignored him.
They just completely ignored him. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And here's what's nuts about that, man. I saw the episode drop Friday afternoon.
Okay.
By midnight that night, it had 10 million views.
That's not shocking to me.
Last I checked, it had 30 million views.
So, and this is what doesn't make sense to me in the fact that she didn't go to the event. Now she's relinquishing an opportunity.
Are you talking about the dinner there where she did the really dumb SNL sketch?
Absolutely,
Okay.
that one.
Yeah. I just want to make sure we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah, and now you get the opportunity to go on a one of the, if not the largest,
It is the
podcast
biggest
in
podcast in the world.
In the world,
It is. Like, it's not even like a question.
Then, Japan is carrying a Trump statue through its streets. Did you see this?
No.
It's a whole thing, and she's not even going on the opportunity to. Maybe she's just scared. I don't know what it is.
That's funny.
But it's not happening one way or the other. She's not on Rogan. He is, and that makes a big difference.
Yeah, well,
It really does.
Here's a number that will blow your mind because one of our clips from last week that popped was I was talking about how this is the first election that we actually have candidates that are really like stepping out into new media and really trying to leverage it.
Right.
And that the big difference is that he's been on way more than she has.
Yeah.
And it's not like she has lack of opportunity. She's
No.
just not doing it.
What do you think the reason for that is?
I mean, I think so. I have heard her respond to the claim that she keeps saying the same thing over and over and over again.
Well,
And her response to that is, well, that takes discipline. And like, look, I don't disagree with that. I mean, like, I don't.
you really do have to try to say the same thing over and over.
No, like I would want to kill myself
would
if I had to
too.
say the same thing over and over again every single night. So
Yeah.
like, I get the sentiment. Like, it does take discipline to do that.
Sure.
I think it's that she doesn't want to wear herself out because she has nothing else to say.
Well, I'm
what I
afraid
mean?
that if she doesn't wear herself out, she won't have anything to say ever.
Well,
You know what I mean?
well, and I'll come back to this because I think this statistic is just mind-boggling. So, the Rogan podcast alone, I think the numbers I heard the other day, I heard this morning, is triple the amount of downloads that she's had on all of her appearances combined.
That's nuts.
And so, like, if you can't look at that and understand that it's a platform worth going on, no matter how tough you think it's going to be.
Right.
And, like, look, I'm sorry. You want to be president of the United States, and you're going to tell me that you're going to be tough on Putin, that you're going to be tough on terrorists in the Middle East, that
But
you're going to be tough on the
you
Gaza
can't
Strip, you're going to be
handle
tough on Israel. You're scared of Rogan?
Yeah, you're scared of that.
Like, come on.
Yeah. No, that's
Like, I'm sorry. He's a teddy bear.
Sure.
Compared to those guys.
Right. And again, saying the same thing over and over and over, maybe at a gala here or there. But on the largest podcast in the world,
Yeah.
you make that work.
Well, it's
you know what I mean?
And like for her, it's an unknown. It's an unknown.
Okay. I need you to prove to me that you can go into an unknown and
Right.
handle yourself.
I think that's the big problem, and I think she's getting exposed in that way without actually having to say anything. So
she's not saying anything.
but like, there's been 2 rallies now where she's getting booed by like her own people. Like,
That's
it's
bad.
her rally, and she's getting booed.
That's bad.
And she came to Houston.
No.
Yeah, she was just
When?
in Houston. I think it was Friday.
Well, was that the same time Trump was in Austin?
Yes.
Okay. All
Yes,
right.
but and she had a big turnout because it had been leaked that Beyonce was going to be there.
Oh.
And so apparently, like, everyone was there, and Beyonce got up and spoke for like 3 minutes,
Uh-huh.
and then once everybody realized that she wasn't going to sing, they vamoosed.
What?
I mean, people still stayed,
but
like, to me, it was so funny because like she'd been knocking Trump for a long time. We didn't turn the lights on, by the way.
oh,
We're just
it
now
looks
realizing.
great.
So we look
It looks great.
We look fine.
No, really, it looks great. Not actually joking at all.
But yeah, like everyone was primed to see Beyonce do her thing, and she was there for 3 minutes, and then people got out of there. But like she'd been jazzing Trump the whole time about people leave your rallies, and like now people have video of like them literally leaving her rally before she even gets to talk.
Wow.
And then the people that were there were like protesting Palestine occupation and booing her.
Oh man.
And you know, and there's like a viral clip going around of her saying, it's okay. Everyone has a voice. Everyone needs to be heard. And I'm like, what do you do with that?
Well, everyone might need to be heard, but she doesn't want to talk.
But then, you shut up.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I want to hear her say. It's like, shut up. Everyone's here to hear me.
Right.
Just shut up.
Right.
But like you contrast that with Trump's spectacle at Madison Square Garden. Did you see this?
I did.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
the dude filled out Madison Square Garden.
Right. Which is no small feat, by the way.
Right.
It's just not.
No.
But
Okay, it's not a small feat. It's a massive feat just for anybody
Sure.
to fill out Madison Square Garden.
Yes.
But it's Trump in New York.
that's
I get that that's his hometown, but they don't like him there anymore.
no.
And dude, he rocked it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he did a good job. I mean, he's an entertainer. He put together an incredible. Hulk Hogan got up and did a stump speech for him as Hulk.
Yeah.
Like did the whole shirt rip
Right.
and
They ripped it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and
I
like,
know.
and then you've got comedians opening for him, which
Yep.
that guy got in trouble.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, it's Tony Hinchcliffe.
I didn't hear about it.
Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
So I mean, he's got that big show that he does in Austin now. But
Yep.
anyway, he did like an opening 10 for the Madison Square Garden thing. And he said some like here's the thing. He said some inappropriate jokes.
Shocker.
It's Tony Hinchcliffe.
Right.
That's his whole shtick.
Right.
Is ripping on people and making it inappropriate as possible.
Sure.
And uncomfortable. And so like he called what's our territory?
What?
The US territory that's an island.
Oh.
Costa Rica. No, it's not Costa Rica.
No.
Stupid Craig. What's your problem?
Puerto Rico?
Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Thank you.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. He was doing a joke and he goes, you know, there's a floating island of garbage out in the ocean. I think we call it Puerto Rico. Yeah.
Ooh.
It was bad.
That is bad. Ouch.
Yeah. And but again, I'm not defending him, but like if you ask Tony
Right.
to stand up and do a 10-minute bit at anything,
What do you think's gonna happen?
he's gonna do that. But like, and then he was making fun of all the celebrities that had come out to support Kamala, and he started listing them off, and he goes, "This is sounding less like a political party and more like a P Diddy party."
Oh,
And I was
heard
like,
about.
oh, okay, that's that's pretty
That-
good.
But it is just because that's such a hot topic right
Yeah,
now.
it was-
Like anything Diddy is like, wow.
So he had some good ones, but he had some really bad ones too. But anyway,
Well, it all comes down a week from tomorrow.
But like all that to say, guys, like, look, it's going to be a tight race,
it is.
and if you want to have a good time,
Yeah.
you need to come be with us.
That's it.
Because we are doing our first ever networking event for business owners and business people, entrepreneurs, all that kind of stuff. We're going to be hanging out at the Thistle.
Mm-hmm.
There's a secret speakeasy next door.
Yes, sir.
That we'll teach you the secret knock.
Yeah.
But there's good beer, good wine, incredible food. Chef
Right.
Trennis. Like, look, I think the VIP room is already locked up. I
Right.
think those tickets are sold. If
Okay.
check with us.
Yeah.
We might be able to open another table. I
It's
don't
possible.
know. But Chef Trennis is putting together some really good appetizers for us.
Special
Special-
stuff
just for us.
that you're not going to get if you're not with us.
Special election night treats.
That's right.
So then those are only going to be in the VIP room. The rest of the restaurant is going to be open. We're going to be, Kevin and I are going to be working the room, coming in and saying hi to everybody. We might even have some special guests.
We might.
We can't, nothing we can announce officially yet.
Of course.
We don't want to jump the gun. But it's going to be a fun night.
It will be.
So election night, rather than like just clutching the arms of your armchair watching the results come in.
Which is what you would be
It's
doing.
what a waste of time.
Why not do that with us?
Come make some
And
new
have some
connections.
fun.
Yeah, meet some of the people that have been on the show.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of them there. We've invited everyone that's been on the show. Most of those guys are local.
Right.
We're just going to be having a good time.
Yes.
And so we'll be there from 6 to 10. The show will start at 7. We'll watch the results and report those as they come in, and that'll be accurate because it's us.
Of course.
Yeah.
We don't do anything that's inaccurate.
No.
Are you kidding me?
No.
We've been doing this for over 300 episodes
Listen,
now.
it's going to be
Nothing is inaccurate.
It's all hearsay and rumor, which that's more fun than the actual results.
way
anyway.
more fun.
So now we'll report the results as best we can. We'll be talking with some different folks, along the way, and we're having a good time.
Yes.
Lots of cool guests. It's just gonna be a fun night. Come join us. But tonight, real quick, we got a review on a product, and I say real quick because it's an itty bitty thing.
It's not going to take real long for us to tell you about this.
No.
But
But like, it's a unique product.
it is. But before we get there,
Uh-huh.
we need to thank our sponsors.
Absolutely.
So let's go ahead and start there, and then we'll get into a little teaser about the little bitty product.
Yeah, let's start with Lone Star Appliance Repair.
Sure.
They have been our longest sponsor of the show. We love those guys. They do an incredible job getting your appliances up and running again. And let me give you guys a little secret.
Okay.
Thanksgiving's coming. And that is when, look, if you are not a regular cook on a daily basis,
Yeah.
you're not using that oven. You're not using that stove. Maybe you don't even use the microwave, and good on you for that. But look, if you don't cook on a regular basis, you check those appliances out now. Make sure that they're functioning properly. Because if you wait until the week of Thanksgiving, which is not far away,
Yeah.
it's just 4 weeks away.
Uh-huh.
If you wait till then, you ain't getting it fixed.
No.
And even if you could, it's probably going to cost you an arm and a leg. Get your appliances checked out now.
Now.
They are running specials on this. They want to get your house ready for all of those annoying aunts and uncles and their booger picking kids that are
Ugh.
coming to your house to eat your yams.
That's right.
All right. But it's not going to be any more fun if the yams taste terrible because your stove was broke.
Right.
Right. So get your appliances checked out now and get them repaired. They love to help you. They want to make sure they can just do routine maintenance on it. Maybe it's just a maintenance call.
Yeah.
Give them a call.
Listen,
Maintenance is way cheaper than repairs.
I actually know a family. I've known them my entire life. They've lived in their home.
Just one.
My guess is they've probably lived there since, I'm going to go with 1995. Okay. So we're talking 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Never once have they used their oven,
Oh my gosh.
their stove. I think they finally used their dishwasher.
Jeez.
But the oven still has the owner's manual inside of it. So
I don't think that thing works.
I'm just saying, we don't know. But here's what I'm saying. Let's say that they determine
They just get a wild hair.
Thanksgiving they're gonna put a turkey in that
This
thing.
year's the year.
I would get that thing checked first.
I would take it, yeah. Especially if it's a gas stove.
That's exactly right. Get it checked out, y'all. It is worth getting it checked out. All right. Well, let's talk about our second sponsor. Go for it.
Our second sponsor?
Yeah.
Who's our second sponsor?
Oh, wait. Well, hold on. I didn't even give the phone number for the first one.
Okay.
936-647-2364. Give them a call.
Give it again, just because you forgot.
Yeah. 936-647-2364. And we got True Texas Solar.
True Texas Solar.
That's right. True Texas is a great company, y'all. And I don't say that flippantly because they sponsor our show. I say that because it's absolutely true. The solar industry is taking off. It's funny to even say that because it feels like it's been taking off for a while, but I think especially in the area that we live in, when we've got the natural disasters that we've got and people trying to figure out how am I gonna do this, and I actually just saw today the brand of generator that I've got is at the time I bought the largest tri-fuel generator that was available on the market. It's a 13,000 watt generator. They just came out with a 16,000 watt
Nice.
generator. It is unbelievable, but It's not cheap. It's like $5,500.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, not cheap. I'm not sure that extra 3,000 watts is worth it
No.
for me.
Buy
But
another generator.
that's exactly right. It's got two 50 amp plugs on
Oh my
it. I know. Pretty incredible. But the thing that I love about True Texas is they're not looking to just say, hey, get off the grid, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, look, we want to give you a complete solution. And there will be times when your solar panels don't work.
Right.
And there's a natural disaster. So we're going to give you a whole solution. And that's not them saying this isn't a viable option. It's a super viable option, but we're going to mitigate the risk of if this, doesn't work because there's cloud cover, because there's a natural disaster. We're going to hook you up with batteries. We're going to hook you up with a generator. We're going to do everything that we can to make sure that you're up and running. And they want to do everything they can and have worked hard at getting rid of any scam out there.
Yeah.
To make sure that they are doing things the right way. They're doing things the best way for you. So if you want to talk to them, give them a call, 936-286-8325. That's 936-286-8325.
Also, guys, with any of our sponsors, if you didn't have a chance to jot down that phone number, you can always go to the show notes. We have everything listed up in there.
Yeah.
You can go to their website and check them out.
That's it.
We love supporting our sponsors. That's why we get to do all the fun stuff that we get to do with
That's
you guys.
That's right.
So anyway, we've got this socket fan light. I happened to pause this thing at Home Depot. I was picking up some stuff for the shop, which, by the way, like Kevin and I were just talking before the show, we're getting ready. We're trying to finish up the shop outside so that we can actually have a space to do like some live tool demonstrations and different things in there, because we're finishing out the exterior of the studio. So we have like basically another show floor to do some stuff. And if you guys have been following the show, if you've ever seen us take a picture in front of the logo with our guests, that's the room that it's getting finished right now so that we have that space to do those kinds of things. Just a different space to record and do some other cool stuff. And so one of the things that I'm having to work on in there are the lighting.
Right.
And I saw this product in the shop, and I was like, okay, for $40, I'm gonna check it out.
Sure.
Because what it is, it's a ceiling fan.
It's a legit ceiling fan that plugs into a socket.
Yeah. And not only that, it's got
like a light bulb socket.
like a light bulb socket.
Yeah.
And not only that, it has a remote control.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, like even if this sucks, like I want to check it out, and like if it sucks, I get to do a great podcast on a product that sucks. We don't really get to do that often.
No, we don't.
So I went in with very low expectations, and I took out one of my LED bulbs in the shop, and because I've got old school, I don't even know what those things are made out of. It's like the ceramic light bulb posts that are connected directly to the box in the ceiling.
A lot of people still have gone to, whether it's fluorescent tubing or the LED tubing or whatever. But I mean, you just got regular sockets out there.
Well, I've got the fluorescent lights as well.
But you still have those.
Yeah. So, but I'm looking at it going, I probably need to do decent lighting.
Sure.
In this shop. So that it may be something that comes up later. But anyway, I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna check this thing out. And I immediately posted it online. I was like, okay, I want to see what people's reaction is to this thing. Because I was imagining it was going to be like Scorn.
Right, of course.
Oh, you idiot.
Yeah, that's dumb. How stupid.
And there was one comment that was like, well, I mean, better hope that fan's not too powerful because that thing's going to be rocking all over the place. And I was like, okay,
we'll find out.
That's a worthwhile thought, I suppose.
Well, because most ceiling fans have, you got to be careful. You got to weight them because
you got to balance them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And part of that is because they're on a rocker.
Yeah.
But this thing is super stiff. Mm-hmm. And it comes with an extender for the socket.
Right.
So you can actually drop it down a little bit, which is really helpful.
Yeah, it is.
So anyway, it took me all of 5 minutes to put it together and then install it.
That's easy.
And then I was done. And all you really have to do is put the fan blades on, and all they do is they just lock into place.
They clip in. Oh, okay. That's easy.
And
no screws required.
No. And well, you'll hear us talking about it in a minute. I mean, you saw how fast that thing was going.
Oh, geez, yeah.
And so like if you saw how thing was holding on the fan blades,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, how are those things not just flying off there?
Weird.
But they have like 6 little tabs that just lock it into place.
Okay.
And then it's good to go. Yeah, and I flipped the switch on the wall on, and light came on. Light was super bright.
Oh my god! Look, you turned it on, and like a moron, I'm looking at it, going, I want to see it.
Kevin's the kid that stared directly into
Right,
the sun.
and as I did, you flipped the switch on, and I couldn't see for 4 minutes. Like all I saw was spots.
Right.
It was it.
And so I was just excited that it came on the first time I used it. Honestly, like I was like, I mean, because it doesn't look expensive.
No, it doesn't.
It's just white and kind of plastic looking. I mean, like metal-ish, like cheap old ceiling fans look.
Yeah,
I mean,
but okay, but how? I mean, people that I mean aren't watching this right now. I mean, how wide do you think the thing is?
I'm
Like,
going to look on a 15.7 inch.
It's 50, so less than 2 feet. I mean, this thing is less than one and a half.
If they can see it,
in
I mean,
fact.
if that's the box.
yeah.
Can they? Is that in the shot?
Yeah, it's in the shot now.
Okay, there you go. That's what it looks like.
The thing's got freaking 1,000 lumens. No wonder I could only see spots
Yeah.
for 4 minutes, man. But but it does have multiple light settings.
It has 3. Well, 4. I mean, technically. Just
Off.
and then low, medium, high.
Right.
On the lights, and they're like you can tell a significant difference. Like you put it on the highest, it's like, oh my god, can we grow plants in here?
Right. No, we can. I think they were growing in my eyeballs.
I saw some new
at the
sprouts
time.
on your
Yeah,
beard
it
right
was-
as I turned it on.
It was weird.
Yeah.
But yes. So, but there enough difference that if you wanted a lower light, like I don't know why you would, but I mean, it depends on the maybe at night or who knows.
I guess.
But I mean, the bright lights, it's bright.
It's very, very bright.
It's very. I mean, it's definitely brighter than what you had in there before,
Yes.
which says something.
Oh yeah, like it's bright. Okay, so like it's connected to a series of bulbs, of which I think there are 9.
Okay.
And it significantly makes the room brighter compared
by
to the
double.
other 8.
Probably by double.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Not even a question. So the other thing I think we should mention is like this is not like the most aesthetically pleasing thing. And so it has more of like a utilitarian vibe to it. And so like I'm thinking like a wash closet, a closet, like a walk-in closet.
Yeah.
Or a laundry room.
Yep.
Maybe a mud room kind of a thing. It's really going to be great for like a small area. And somebody else that commented on one of our posts said like, no, I bought that and I put it in my wife's closet and it's amazing.
Okay.
I could see how it would be great for like a walk-in closet that's kind of stuffy,
Sure.
but you need good light.
Right.
I mean, it would light up a closet like nobody's business.
Without doubt.
And
Does it go either direction or is it only?
it's just the one way.
The one direction.
Just the one.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, well, and that's another thing I think we should mention. Like, it puts out some air.
Oh, I was shocked at how much air it put in. So it also has basically 4 settings, right?
Yeah.
Off,
Yeah.
low, medium, high.
On the fan.
And
Which is something I didn't realize at first. I had to, like, I was reading through the instructions after I hooked it up, and I was just excited that the fan came on.
You
and
didn't know that-
I could feel the air.
Okay.
I didn't know that it had 3 speeds.
yeah.
And so, like, when I figured that out, I was like, it kept turning up, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah, when you turned it up, like when you turned it on, I was like, wow, that's amazing. You were like, that's low. And so you turned it up to high, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was genuinely shocked at how much air it moved. And then, so again, 15-inch blades, right? So from in the radius. So I stood under it and like backed away to see how far I could feel it.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure 8 or 9 foot
Uh-huh.
that I could feel it in a radius. Like that's a pretty decent size area, especially if you've got like you've got out there, you got multiple of those.
Yeah.
If you put like 3 or 4 of those in there, you could genuinely it would really air condition like
Well,
that area.
That's what I was saying. When I got the fan up to high,
Yeah.
I started looking around and I was like, okay, I've got 9 slots.
Yeah.
Like, what would happen if I got one of these for each of them and then ran them simultaneously?
Yeah, it would feel like, you remember the old attic fans where like, I mean, you could freaking move some air.
Yeah,
I think it would feel like that.
I like. Look, it would cost $320
That's less than the cost
to finish it out.
That's less than the cost of like a nice hunter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Look, Bell and Howell, like, I will make you an incredible video of all of them going at the same time.
Yeah.
Just send them to me.
Send them to me.
I think it would be hilarious. Just to stand underneath it and just like get my mustache flapping in the wind.
Gosh. That is the thing. I will tell you, you would not want all of them on high. Unless you were like,
no, I do. I want to know what happens.
No, I'm not talking about the air. I'm talking about the light. Sorry.
Oh, the light. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you'd be like a UFO coming down.
Yeah.
It's so bright.
I think people would think I'm growing some cannabis up in here.
You probably could.
It's glowing down there.
Glowing. What is that nuclear thing down there? Like, what is happening? Like, oh, you could build it into the she shed.
Ah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, it could work.
Dude, people don't know what you're talking about.
No, they don't.
We had an old horse trailer on the property that I'd been thinking about remodeling for a long time.
Which is a little bit hilarious for you to say.
Yeah,
but it needed to be remodeled.
it needed to be remodeled. And I hadn't gotten rid of it because I really thought I was going to have time to work on it, or at least pay somebody else to do it. But it just wasn't worth it. But my wife and mother-in-law were like, well, could we like build like this landscaping platform and use it for like a kind of like a shed and like a playhouse for the kids? And I was like, I guess.
Why not?
And so we got it parked on this, I don't know, it's like granite material with like a brick outline. It actually looks kind of cute now.
Yeah.
They're going to paint it.
Okay.
So I saw a video of this guy that retrofitted a horse trailer like that right there.
Mm-hmm.
Looks just like it, except, I mean, it's finished out, but he converted it into a mobile sauna.
A mobile sauna.
It looked sick.
What are you going to do with a mobile sauna?
People rent it.
They rent, really?
Yeah.
For like just an hour here or there, or like at a party?
He'll bring it to you.
Oh my goodness. That is something.
Yeah, and it was like he lined the whole interior of it with cedar, made a bench on one side, made like a platform at the top you could lay down if you want to, and then it's got like a stove heater on one side.
Oh my
That's got a chimney going through the top. It looked sick. I'll see if I can find a picture of it after the show and show you.
That's crazy.
But like I was like, that's a really smart idea.
Wow.
Like that was clever to like. Have you seen them like they retrofit them to like be like mobile bars?
Yeah, of course.
And stuff like this. People are doing that with horse trailers and stuff. It's kind of, I don't know, trendy or whatever.
Yeah, it is.
I don't want to be trendy.
No. Couldn't care less.
Yeah. Anyway, so look. I mean, I think this. I'm excited that I found this product. Like,
yeah.
If there's anything that's more frustrating than installing a ceiling fan, I don't know what it is.
Oh, I hate them.
Wiring them and just hooking them into the mount. I mean, it's just a pain in the butt.
It is.
This easiest thing I've ever installed. Like
how difficult? It's like, well, you are an Aggie. How many Aggies did it take to screw in a light bulb? I don't.
The same amount it takes to beat LSU.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Look. Dog on us all you want. This is the first time we've ever been number 1 in the SEC.
Yeah, and we're still number 8 in the polls.
Right? It's the first time that's happened. Be number 1 in the SEC and like barely breaking into the top 10.
Right.
It's a travesty.
It is. Well, all I know is that I was more impressed with it than I thought I would be. Mm-hmm. And I'm I'm legitimately trying to think, okay, what application do I have? Here's what I'm wondering.
I think like a garage application is brilliant.
No, I think so too.
Yeah.
And so here's my question. Like, Hear me out. So, a regular ceiling fan,
Uh-huh.
and it's got a 3-bulb fixture coming down out of it.
Right.
Could you hook 3 of those things up to it like have
Dude.
you could like
Listen, again, Bell and Howell, I have one of those on my back deck.
Oh man.
We could test that theory.
Dude, can you imagine?
That would be amazing.
That would be so stupid looking, and yet everybody's like, that feels great because no matter where you're sitting, you've got it's angled at the right place to like you could sit around and everybody gets the air.
Okay, or hear me out.
Okay.
I have it's either 6 or 8 can lights on my wraparound porch. I've always wanted to put fans out there.
That would be super easy to do.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
way cheaper than buying ceiling fans.
Well, yeah. And if you've got that many, you probably don't need full ceiling fans for all of them. They'd
No.
hit each other.
No, and that you can adjust the drop because they have different lengths.
Oh, different lengths of the drop.
Well, no, they're the same, but you can double stack them.
Oh, okay.
So like you can either have it flush,
Yeah.
but you can have that, and so like it would almost be flush with like a can light.
Which you wouldn't want that because you get no airflow.
Right.
You're gonna have to drop it
Drop
down
it a little bit. Yeah. Which is that's what I did with this.
You're
one
gonna
in here.
get as much or more light out of that than you are a can light. I promise.
Yeah.
And then you put the fan on there, and now you've got a doubly perfect. Doubly perfect.
I'm thinking. Yeah, I think that could be great.
I mean, we never know till we try. That's what I'm saying.
So
That's what I'm
we
saying.
got some experimenting to do, Kev.
Okay.
So-
I'm here for
Well,
it.
listen, like guys, like for $40, it's worth tinkering around with.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Right.
We haven't done a cheaper review in a while, and
been a while.
I mean, I gotta say cheap. It's not like stupid cheap, but
Still.
I mean, compared to other fans,
Well, yeah. Yeah, I think the cheapest fan you can get is still like $100, right?
oh yeah.
So
Well, I mean, I think there's some that you could probably get at like 85 or something like
but
that.
still.
I think there's some like on Amazon that you can get that, but like you're gonna get what you pay for with those things.
Sure.
I mean, wobbling all over the place.
Right.
So
Just
But-
give this a shot.
you can buy 2 of them and still be less.
That's it. Well, listen, guys, thank you for joining us on tonight's show, today's show, depending on whenever you're listening to this. And tell your friends about us because we're awesome.
Yeah.
And come hang out with us next week. And yeah, give us a like, subscribe, leave us a review on iTunes. That would be great. We appreciate you guys. Until next time, we'll see you later.
See ya.